When I first started to try to paint, this is an acrylic paint. This I made because I saw a wine label that had this picture on it, and I thought, ooh, I like that picture. So in 2007, I decided I would try my hand at painting. So that's what I painted. And since 2008, YouTube's been around since 2006. And you see people getting gold plaques, silver plaques, diamond plaques, all that stuff, and so many viewers and so many watchers and all that crap. And they get all this monetization, and it's changed, I think, over the years. But have I ever been monetized? No. Have I been asked? At the very beginning, I was asked, but I don't know about that kind of stuff, so I said no at the time. So as YouTube would W-O-O-D, like this. YouTube would like to recognize Parmesanna, that's my channel, for going upward and onward since 2008. Ta-ta-da, ta-da-ta-da. Ooh. Kitty's on the bed. Oh, Kitty's on the bed here. You want to say something? You say something to your people? He was looking a bit surly, I guess. I woke him up from his nap. Oh, I did that too. I tried making, I don't know what you call it. It's a kind of quilt type thing where you quilt and then inside each part that you've sewn around, you stuff more in so it sticks out a little more. There's a name for that. I don't know what it is. I was sitting in the chair. I ate my breakfast, which was bagels with cream cheese and lingonberry jam on it. Oh, a new wonderful taste for me. Yum. And a big cup of hot tea. I was watching a few things, catching up on people that put out things on the weekend. Next thing I know was another thing on TV, and I thought, I had stuff to do. I better take a nap. So I lay down for about an hour. And I'd still be snoozing, except I had a dream that jolted me awake and had my heart thumping. Not in a good way, in a angry way. Every time I've had something, it's been taken away. My mom was a narcissist, and if I ever enjoyed something, she had to make sure I didn't enjoy it. If I had something or worked for something and got something for myself, it was taken away. Or something happened to it mysteriously. There are people that thrive on other people's misery. That's called schadenfreude. A friend of your shame. Friend of things that are bad to you, they like it. Makes them feel better, maybe? I kind of think that's why people watch soap operas, because all these things happen to the characters in the soap opera, and it makes the regular people watching them feel not so bad. Well, if they're rich and they have all this horrible stuff happen to them, I don't feel so bad anymore. That's kind of what I was thinking. My mom used to smoke and drink and watch soap operas, so I have an aversion to all three of those. Because she was, I don't know why. She was really mean to me. Did I ruin her life? I don't know. Maybe she wasn't meant to be a mom. Or maybe, I don't know. Do narcissists know that they're that way? Do they have an inkling? I don't know. So, when I left home, I took a chest of drawers with me and some clothes. And I moved in with the ex. I didn't have much, but I had a job. He didn't. And all the money that came in, the check had to be handed over to him. He was sitting in the chair. He knew payday very well. Out was the hand for the check. And it was like that through our whole marriage of 13 years. People would say, well, that's terrible. This has happened to you and that happened to you. You used to hit me inside of the head because there's hair there and it won't show if there's a big bruise under there. There's a lot of stuff that I've been through that I don't want to ever go through again. I guess that's why I'm leery not to be with anybody. because I don't need that. I finally, after 13 years in 1997, I was free. The millstone was taken off my neck. Except for the fact that my mom was still lording over me. And I had to move back in there with her in her basement. She had a 4-bedroom house, but we had to move into the basement because she was a hoarder and every room was filled up. Even the basement was kind of full, but we made 10-foot by 10-foot space, and the boys and I, let's see, what I slept on a couch, fold-out couch. They said there was 2 fold-out couches, and we slept on them. And I don't really want to remember those days. But it's like everything is, I'm doing you a favor. The same thing you hear from Trump now. That's what I used to hear from my mother. Hey, don't scratch that. It's all scratched up through here. I can sand it out, but he's only going to scratch it up. This dark thing here was from an old desk that Ashley had and tore apart, and pieces were laying outside. So I took those pieces and I made it so the drawer, I have my binoculars in there and a few masks when I go out in public. And then this thing goes under there. Oh, butthead. You butthead. Butsky. Okay, now I've done this whole vlog before, but I forgot to mention something. I thought I have to mention that. That's important. I've got 2 sheet sets over here. I like to rotate the sheets like once every couple weeks. I'll put a different pair of sheets on. Or sooner, or maybe longer if I'm lazy. But everything in this room except for that chest of drawers he was scratching on. And the things on that shelf. The shelf, I had some things I packed in a pod. Like a U-Haul pod. And by the time I got here, the shelf was in pieces. It was broken. I had to buy a new one. And a lot of things in boxes were missing. The boxes themselves were missing. And Brian said, you can't bring all that stuff over because you... But I did bring my keyboard. To me, that's very important and very precious. Music and my keyboard. You go, well, you can get another one. No. Not one that does what this one does. I don't even know how to use all the gadgets on it. Maybe someday I will. And I feel like starting to practice. When you feel like something positive, you should do it. And I've been thinking, how much time do I have left? I was talking about loss in the dream. I'll get back to this. Other dream was this woman. I think it might have been the woman that my brother David hired to, like an auction company. They go through your house and they auction off things, and then they split the check with you. You give them so much percent of it, or they give you so much percent of what they sold or something. David and I had been looking for the old Victrola and the old antique Bohemian cuckoo clock that I love so much. He was going to take the Victrola and I was going to take the cuckoo clock. Couldn't find it. Mom was a hoarder, so the place was just full. This company found it, and they weren't going to give it. She did give me a vase, a glass vase of Bohemian glass. It's red with some birds carved on it. And this lady's, I'm doing you a favor. I'm not even supposed to give you this. It's like everybody's got that goddamn narcissistic, selfish motherfucking attitude that have dealt with me. I don't like it. I don't want it. And it just angers me how people can get away with shit. It really does. Be that as it may, in this dream, that lady was standing there going, oh, I only have like 10 minutes. Oh, you guys get out of here. Get out of here. The person coming to buy the house is coming. And it's like, so I'm running around calling for Richard because my late brother Richard was in this dream. I said, Richard, I need help. Because the Victrola was standing out in the yard, in the living room. I said, Richard. help me, I need to put the Victrola, and we need to take the Victrola, help me with it. So Richard got up, and one of Scott's friends, Matt Dinwiddie, he came running to help. That boy has always been such a nice guy. He'd help anybody. Maybe someday I'll talk about the Dinwiddies. His dad was my communication teacher, and Matt was Scott's best friend. And funny as heck, that kid, and smart. Anyway, I woke up mad because, I wanted the Victrola out of there, and I wanted the cuckoo clock. The cuckoo clock was handmade in Bohemia, because my grandfather's family is from Bohemia. And I just found out the other day that a lot of my grandpa's cousins came from Austria. And Schwarzwald, Bohemia, southern Germany, and Austria pretty much aren't next to each other. And in feudal times, the borders of countries changed back and forth. Like Strasbourg. Strasbourg, France was once in Germany. But the borders changed, and now it's been in France for a long time. But it's a very Germanic town, so go figure. Anyway, I woke up all fired up, and my heart was pounding, and I was mad. I was fucking mad. I wanted to smash that lady's head. I wanted to rip her apart from limb to limb. I'm not like that. I'm not a violent person. Or am I? No, I'm not a violent person, but I just wanted to destroy this woman. And that's how I feel about the weenies in Washington. I want to destroy them. Not the country. Not anyone else that has different views from me. Those people are making the world suffer. And they're getting their rocks off doing it, which pisses me off to no end. There were protests yesterday. I didn't know about it, but I didn't have to because my job is to be here for the kids if needed. When Brian and Ash aren't around or available, I'm there. And that fills my heart with joy because I love those little kids. Oh, they are something. Sometimes they're dynamos. But yeah, it's like, no, I don't want any more taken away from me. No, no, no. I had to get rid of a lot of things from move to move. And when I got here, I could take only what I could fit in the car. I put the cat carrier, the TV, the keyboard, a bunch of clothes. And then in the pod thing the U-Haul pod thing, I put some furniture and a few living things. My stand mixer in the kitchen, the cake mixer, the electric mixer. I had a little tiny, still do, a little Cuisinart food processor, just a little 1 cup jobber. Few things like that, some dishes and pots and pans. Not much. It wasn't much. My copy machine, no, was that my copy machine? I don't know. A few things. 4-drawer filing cabinet, which I spray painted blue. It's in the closet. 1 drawer has electronic stuff, wires and instruction booklets and stuff. Okay, it's got the zoomies. And then I have important papers, medical papers, etc., etc. My sewing machine. Not much. I mean, it's enough, but it's not much. And to think I have to get rid of more stuff so that I don't have messes sitting around on the floor. Like a lot of ADHD people, like you wear something once, you don't put it in the laundry hamper if it doesn't smell too bad. You either hang it up in one place or you put it on a little pile on the floor saying, this pile is worn once, will wear again before I wash. Right? I know I'm not the only one that does that. And I've got two things of sheets over here on the floor because I don't know where to put this stuff. I don't have any room for it. Up there in the cupboard, there's a shelf about here. When I stand up, how high does that shelf come? About here. And then there's about 4 feet above that And I have some boxes and crates and stuff with stuff in it, and boxes that you can see through with stuff in it, but you got to reach up and you got to put it way up there. And then on the floor of the closet, I've got a couple plastic bins with like blankets or shoes or something, you know. I just don't have room for anything. I really don't know how to organize this place any better, but I'll still keep thinking about it. And then the portico right here, it just had that black thing, or that shelf. Then I found that, I don't know, wood, or I made it myself, or I found it, and then the drawers. That's where all the medical stuff is that I don't have it for in the basement. Yeah, there's no basement here. Or I'd have a couple shelves with supplies and stuff. It's got like alcohol and fingernail polish remover and stuff I don't have a medicine cabinet for. I have a medicine cabinet, but it's only this wide. I can fit a bottle of aspirin, a couple toothbrushes maybe, or containers of Nair, or what else do I have in there? Ointments. It's not very big. My thermometer, whatever. So I have to come up with places for everything. Stuff to do. And I want to be all organized and everything. I guess once I finally have it all together, I'll be dying. I'll be there laying there. I finally got it all together. Probably. And as I'm still mobile, I'm 67, going to be 68 on the 14th. As I'm still mobile, I want to go and do sometimes. I don't really like crowds and lots of people, but once in a while I feel like going and doing. So if I can, I want to. Last year I had gone to see Max Raabe, R-A-A-B-E, Max Raabe and Palace Orchestra from Germany. I went to see him in Georgia. I flew over there. And they don't have any tour dates in this country, but they do have some. I was looking at their tour dates. They have 2 weeks in Berlin, and I looked at Berlin, and man, there's a whole shit ton of stuff to see in Berlin. There's even places you wouldn't. There's a David Hasselhoff Museum. No kidding. And not Terrence Howard. What was his name? Oh, Bud Spencer. Bud Spencer was a kind of chubby guy, and then there was his partner was blonde and blue-eyed. And like My Name is Nobody, that movie, the old cowboy western movie, the one who called himself Nobody, he's the one that I had a few little palpitations for, I think. And Bud Spencer was his partner in the cowboy movies. So, I mean, there's a lot of places over in Germany, and they think Americans are cowboys. And they have Cowboy and Indian Day once a year. It's really bizarre. Just like some Americans think that Germans all go around in dirndls and lederhosen all the time. They don't. It's stereotypes. Anyway, I've talked probably way too long. Oh, yeah. But, yeah. I'm going to have to declutter and get rid of some stuff. I want to see Max Raabe again before I die. He's 6 years younger than me. He's my little brother David's age. But I saw a recent video he put up, and he does not look well. I mean, this cold and flu-y type stuff has gone around the whole world lately. And his eyes were puffy, and he was a little flushed, and he sounded nasally. So he's not doing too well. How many years is it going to be until he doesn't do that anymore? And I still dig him big time. I listen to his music anytime I drive. It comes out of my phone. I have it on Spotify. All German music all the time. It's like, oh, pitter patter, pitter patter. I want to see him again. So my only option is to go to Germany to see him. He's doing Kassel, which is where my pen pal from many, many years, 54 years being a pen pal, lives in Kassel. But that's too soon. I couldn't come up with money for that. And then the next time he's in that area is in 2026, around my birthday, a year from now. And I thought, oh, what a wonderful going out of this world party that would be. If I'm going to die, I want to be happy. And I've never been, well, I have stopped in Germany on the Autobahn. We stopped at a restaurant like Nickerson Farms or Stuckey's or something. And we had vegetable soup. And the waiter was very surly. You're not German. I'm not going to be nice to you. Oh, that's the way it is, But I want to see some things or do some things or be surrounded by that. Now, I'd prefer to go to Prague because that's where most of my relatives are from. Mom always wanted to go to Stockholm, Sweden, because that's half of her family's from there. Probably still have some people there. One that's cold. It's in an area where if you don't go at the right time of year, it's dark all day. And I don't speak Swedish except for maybe bad boy, sit down, or some, a couple words like that. In Czech, I know words like that too, like mashed potatoes, brambody. And I know beer is pivo. That's that way in Russian too, pivo. So, I want to do that. I want to see Max Rabe again. I would like to sit in the front row again. So I don't know. Since he's so many shows in Berlin, maybe I have a better chance of getting a seat. Don't know. And it's easier to fly in and out of Berlin because you fly right there. And there are some places that are budget kind of friendly because there's a lot of students and stuff around there, and people travel to Berlin. And there's Checkpoint Charlie. There's a hotel on Checkpoint Charlie where East and West Berlin used to meet there, where there was a wall. And there's so much history, so much, whether it's good or bad. They've got different art places, bizarre art from the 40s, 50s. There's a lot of bizarre music, art, performances and stuff there. It'd be really awesome to see. But is it more expensive to go to a small town like Duisburg or, say Dusseldorf? That's kind of closer to where my pen pal is. Not sure. And I made up a whole calendar of dates that I have to watch the baby or dates that I could or couldn't go. And then I wrote down the different performances that fall into those dates. So I've got about 4 or 5 cities I have a choice of. How far away is the airport from where the performance is going to be? And do airports transport you to their hotel? Now in Germany, especially Berlin, you get the U-Bahn, you get the S-Bahn. It's like a metro train, or the U-Bahn is underground. That's what do they call that? Subway. The other one's like a metro train. The S-Bahn, Straßenbahn, the Strasse is street, and U is Untergrund. So, my Italian's pretty okay, but my German is a little rusty, so I've been trying to practice. I don't know, I like knowing more than one language. Comes in handy when those stupid scammers call. You answer the phone blithering off into another language and they, click. You bastards. Bastardo. Eh. Yeah. To all you scammers, I know you're trying to make a living, but yeah, sometimes I flip back and forth from German to Italian. I don't care. I'm to the age I don't care anymore. I try to be the best person I can be. I try to be nice. But following along with the weenies in Washington, they can kiss I don't want them near me to kiss anything. I would just like to see them implode upon themselves. The greedier, the more implodier. Yeah. I know, it's way, way, way longer than I wanted to talk. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. The lotus is coming out of my head. I'm so sorry. Yes, I'm too lazy to put my teeth in just for this vlog. I know it's disgusting. But it takes all kinds in this world. So we can go upward and onward.